Welcome to The Big Picture. I'm Phil Arno. Before I start, I want to acknowledge my tie, my chicken wing tie given to me courtesy of my son, Joe, for Father's Day. Thanks, Joe. Anyway, in Richard II, Shakespeare says, "Now is the winter of our discontent, made glorious by summer." What he was saying was that our misery was just about over, being made better by the warm sunshine and blue skies of summer. Those lines were written 425 years ago. Flash forward and open the drawer labeled "Nothing Ever Changes," and here we are, coming out of, we hope, some pretty miserable times. The sunshine, at least, has been cause for some smiles, even if you might not be able to see them under all those masks. But take heart, dear Buffalonians, for beyond the pleasure of mere warm weather, something near and dear to your sense of summer fun is once again about to bless your presence, or more accurately, your palate. Yes, food, something Western New Yorkers contemplate come this sumptuous season. But before I get into the main course, let's whet our appetite with a few words from the master of the menu, the king of wings, Drew Cerza. Creator and promoter of the annual Labor Day Chicken Wing Festival, he held a press conference to serve up some information on how that recipe is changing.
The Wing Fest, we've been around for 18 years. Over 4 million wings have been served, over $400,000 for local charities, and over 1 million people have come through the gates. We have people that come from usually every state in the union, 46 different countries last year. It's been a big economic boost for Buffalo. It's been a lot of fun, and it really portrays our city in such a positive light. And chicken wings are such a part of our local fabric, as well as nationally. I thought over the last 18 years, I connected with so many great people, so many great restaurants, attendees, media people. Why not take all those and put them into one type of promotion? And over the years, I've been asked to put on festivals in different cities. But as you know, from being at the local Wing Fest, it's just too big of a project. So, what we've done is we've really reimagined, and we're going to pivot. We're not going to have a physical event this year. It's just not socially responsible to do something like that. And there are so many factors working against it. Like I said, we hung in there to the last possible moment. So instead of folding up tent, we decided we're going to go bigger. As you can see behind me right here, we are going to put on America's greatest chicken wing party. And it's not going to be virtual online. We are asking citizens across the country to basically celebrate the chicken wing. Put on the best chicken wing party they've ever had based on the social distancing regulations in their state. If we can't go into restaurants or bars at that point, we will do something else. We will have parties at home. But we also want to turn them into fundraisers. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to share my screen. We've developed a new website, a new entity called chickenwingusa.com. So I'll kind of go through what the Wing Fest will be becoming, America's greatest chicken wing party. We have actual hashtag WingFest 2020. And, for years, people have been coming to Buffalo for the Buffalo Wing Festival and the best chicken wings across the country. But we've decided to take Buffalo to all of America. We've got a lot of great expats out there. As we know, when people leave Buffalo, there's two things that never leave their hearts. That's the Buffalo Bills and their love for chicken wings. As I scroll down here, this website's going to be talking about the history and the mission of the Wing Fest. I gave you some stats, and I will go into America's greatest chicken wing party. We are going to be naming October National Chicken Wing Month. There's never been a month to celebrate this iconic food. So October will be National Chicken Wing Month, and we're in the process of getting a proclamation from Congress through our Representative Brian Higgins and also Tim Kennedy at the State Senate to announce this month. It's going to be very exciting. And as I scroll down here, you can see we've picked 50 different cities, and it's growing as we've been working on this project. We picked the 32 NFL teams, the 30 cities that they were in. Plus, we picked some other cities based upon, just really good chicken wing markets or connectivity we have to Bills Backers clubs or restaurants that have participated in the festival. I don't think you can, to go virtual for a wing fest, I don't know how you do that because you need to smell the product, taste the product. You need the socialization at the wing fest. If you meet people, it's just a party. It's a big old party. It's fun, it's exciting, and you just can't translate that. But you can do it through social media with fun videos and crazy pictures and things like that.
So although Labor Day's wings fly into October, fear not, famished fun seekers. Your caloric intake need not diminish. Just add a pinch of spice to your imagination and voila, the mouth-watering taste of buffalo will magically appear before your taste buds. Of course, it might help if you have an apple or a blackberry. Do they still make those? If not, just take a look out the windows. I mean, at the windows. Yes, what I'm trying to cook up here is a way to tell you that the Taste of Buffalo has gone virtual this year. The annual event, which you would have savored this weekend from Niagara Square up Delaware Avenue, will now be online on Facebook and Instagram. The ever-sweet Erin Collins, Public Relations Director for the event, is here to show us the menu. Welcome to the show, Erin. Give us some food for thought.
Thanks for having me. I'm glad to be here today. So this weekend is Taste of Buffalo at Home, our traditional in-person festival that has been around for 30-some years. Had to go into a little bit of a different format this year. We can't all be together down on Delaware Avenue and Niagara Square with 500,000 of our closest friends like we wish we all could be. So in place of the traditional in-person event, we were introducing Taste of Buffalo at Home, presented by Tops. It's a virtual format, and people might ask, well, what's a virtual food festival? How can I enjoy the food? And not to worry, we've got you covered. We have 35 restaurants, 35 restaurants and food trucks, 5 wineries, and all local Tops Markets locations are offering something we're calling Taste Takeout. So each place has a special Taste of Buffalo weekend menu in addition to the regular menu that is a little something special to celebrate Taste Weekend. People can order takeout from those businesses, bring it home to enjoy, and to tune into our Facebook and Instagram pages to watch some really fun food-related programming all weekend long.
So in other words, warm up your little personal food mobile and get ready to go and pick up some food.
Exactly.
And sit down and enjoy the weekend.
Right.
Oh, okay. So, well, this has been, 36 years or so that the Taste has been running consecutively.
The Taste has been around since 1984, so yeah, it's been a long time.
And now this is a totally different way to do it. How difficult, or has it been easier because it's not a physical thing? How, is this organizing it? How did that play out?
Right, it's certainly been an adjustment, and we're so grateful to Tops Markets for our partner in this really fun food-centric, community-centric event. We couldn't have done this without them and their support. It was a challenge to be able to pivot an event that's been around for 3 decades, that runs like a well-oiled machine, and basically reinvent the festival in the course of a couple of months. And all credit goes to Connie Wendling. She is our event coordinator and sponsorship manager for the Taste. This was her idea to reinvent the Taste in a virtual format. The board of directors met back in March and April when we knew it was becoming obvious that we weren't going to be able to be together this July. And instead of canceling, Connie came to us with this idea and said, let's do something to help the restaurants. The Buffalo restaurant community is such a vibrant, diverse, wonderful place. Everyone loves Buffalo food. And without Buffalo restaurants, there is no Taste of Buffalo. So that was really important to us, to the restaurants that have supported us for so many years. It's our turn to support them now. And the restaurants that are involved this year are only restaurants that were signed up for the traditional event. We had about 60 or so signed up. There's 35 participating in the virtual format. Some just couldn't swing it with everything happening as a result of COVID. But those that are in are really excited and are right in there with us to bring you some delicious food to enjoy at home.
What kind of reaction initially did you get from the restaurants and also from the public? What kind of response?
Sure, all of the restaurants are excited to participate and grateful for this format, to be able to bring their food to millions, we hope, of people who are going to order takeout from their places. And it's the idea of the Taste of Buffalo has always been to bring all of Western New York's restaurants to downtown Buffalo and introduce a stage, essentially, of put these places on a stage and let people enjoy them in person. This year, that's a little bit shifted, and we're asking people to, instead of coming to us, go out to them. Visit a restaurant that's not in your neighborhood, somewhere that maybe is a little further away from your house, someplace you haven't heard of before. Try something new. Go check them out in person, and hopefully you'll find a new favorite that you want to support all year long.
It's been so crazy, and it's been particularly hard on restaurants. You're making it as easy as possible for the restaurants. There's no fee involved, I believe, and hopefully it will be something that will help the restaurants coming out of this situation that we're in now slowly. They're going to hopefully get some benefit out of this.
We certainly hope so, yeah. The traditional event, restaurants, wineries, food trucks do pay a fee to participate in the event, and the Taste traditionally keeps a small portion of their proceeds, and all of that goes back into the event to help us cover expenses like security, tents, electricity, all of those physical things that we need to run the event. Because we don't need those things this year, and thanks to generous support from Tops and our other sponsors this year, we were able to completely waive the fee for our restaurants to participate. So if they paid a fee, we either reimbursed it or rolled it over into 2021. It was their choice. And the Taste is collecting no proceeds at all from restaurant sales. So when you go to Lloyd's or Share Kitchen or Chivette's or any of those restaurants and you purchase takeout from them, 100% of those sales go directly to that restaurant. We've all really rallied around the restaurant community since COVID-19 hit, and this is just another way to do that, to support those businesses and make sure that they are still around next year when hopefully we can all be together in person again.
Well, that's certainly in the spirit of Western New York. I mean, that's what we're all about, is
sure.
Reaching out and helping each other. The restaurants, are they offering certain specialties for this event, or is it a broader menu? Is there a narrower menu for the event?
Sure, everybody's a little bit different. Some restaurants have 1 or 2 special Taste takeout items. Some have 6 or 7, and it really ranges based on the restaurant. Our virtual festival guide, which is at tasteofbuffalo.com, has a menu listing for each restaurant with what they're offering, the price, a description of it, and specific directions on how to order. Some of them want you to call your orders in ahead of time. Some will allow you to order from their website, and some are taking walk-in customers. Some may even offer in-restaurant dining, depending on the guidelines, but all of that information is in the festival guide. We have, I mentioned Share Kitchen in Williamsville. They're offering $5 bison sliders that look absolutely delicious. So that's certainly on the lower end of pricing, and if you want to try a taste from a few different places and not get too full, that would be a great place to start. We also have somewhere like Alex's Place in Batavia or Lloyd. Lloyd is offering more of a family or a meal deal meant to feed a group of people, and there's a few different tiers. They have tacos, ice cream, and margaritas, and there's one package that includes all of those. So if if your family wants to get together in a safely social distance way and enjoy dinner together, that would be a great package to order from them.
Wow. Is there a contest, not a contest, but normally, typically every year you vote for the best of the Taste of Buffalo. This year as well?
So we are doing food awards this year with a little bit of a different spin. Traditionally, it's very lucky members of the local media and some elected officials and sponsors that get to be food judges. And based on their scores, we, for many years, selected winners in certain categories like best sandwich, best dessert, that kind of thing. We are turning voting over to the public this year so everybody can participate. If you go to tasteofbuffalo.com, there is a link to our Taste Takeout Awards. There are also postcards being distributed at Tops Markets and some of the participating restaurants that have a QR code on the back that'll take you right to that link. So once you order your Taste Takeout, you try food from a bunch of different places, go to tasteofbuffalo.com and look for the Taste Takeout Awards, and you can vote for your favorite restaurant.
Okay. Is there an entertainment element to this event?
There is. We have all weekend long, July 11th and 12th, starting at 11 a.m. on both days, we have a packed schedule of entertainment on our Facebook and Instagram channels. So head to social media to check those out. Some of the bands that were playing, that were scheduled to play at the traditional event, 10 Cent Howl, Functional Flow, a bunch of different bands are instead going to be playing on our Facebook pages. We also have cooking demonstrations with Chef Darian Bryan and a few other local chefs that are going to show people how to make some really delicious summertime recipes, and you can either watch or grab the ingredients and cook along right with them. We have kids programming hosted by Explore and More and sponsored by Independent Health Foundation, Western New York Arts Book Center, I'm gonna get that right, Western New York Book Arts Center is, they are doing an origami chicken wing activity where kids can make paper chicken wings, which are not to eat but are fun to do. So there's all kinds of great stuff happening there as well.
That's great. Now, how many people normally go to a Taste of Buffalo?
We typically draw around 500,000 people. Because we don't have admission or entry and exit gates, it's hard to know for sure, but based on the number of samples that some of our sponsors give away and ticket sales, that's what we estimate is a crowd of nearly 500,000.
Now, we're in uncharted territory because this is a totally different way of doing it. Do you think that there'll be more participants because it's easier, or there'll be less participants because it's just not that physical experience?
We certainly hope there's just as many or more, and I think it is a little bit easier to participate. It doesn't matter what the weather is this weekend. If it's sunny or raining, you can still order takeout and enjoy it at home. We've also heard from some folks who maybe have social anxiety or some sort of issues with being in large crowds even before COVID, and they've reached out to say, thank you for doing this. I can finally participate in the Taste of Buffalo because I can do it from the comfort of my own home, and that was really nice to hear too.
Now, who is the chairman of the event?
It's actually me this year.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah,
congratulations
yeah.
on that.
It's my
I
lucky
think.
year to run the event. Each year, the board of directors elects a chair from one of our board members. And I'm so grateful to be a part of this really historic year to make sure that the Taste of Buffalo continued and continues to go on in the future.
Well, and one of the main sponsors is Tops. When we come back, we'll meet a representative from Tops and sample some food. Or at least I will. You can watch and listen and eat your heart out.